Hey everyone, this is Jake from the New York office in Crowd, and I'm reporting on the bowling outing that took place last Tuesday. As you can see, everyone's packing up, and I thought a good way to get competition flowing would be to ask who everyone thought was going to win. So we'll start by hearing what Sundari thinks.
I think that Simo will come in first.
Yeah, whoa, not bad. Hey. Who you got winning today?
Who do we have? Who's picked?
Todos, everybody.
No, Simo too.
Gotcha. Who you got winning?
Winning?
Yeah, bowling.
My bets are on Sundari, you know?
Whoa! But it wasn't all fun and games. There was some serious journalistic integrity that had to be upheld. Julia, how do you respond to the allegations that for a week prior to this event, you have been training bowling? How do you respond? These allegations have been laid.
I have no comment.
No comments. Okay. Seeing as Julia is not going to own up to her taking bowling lessons from a professional for a week before the event, I'll show you the evidence and let you decide for yourself. You can see that we proposed a Tuesday before, and then Julia was like, I'm going to be out of town, or something. And so, could we postpone it? And we're like, yeah. But me being a fierce competitor, I sought out professional help of my own. And being on an intern's salary, I had to get a little bit creative with how I got help.
Kyle Troup!
Hey Dave, you know how many titles Kyle Troup's dad Guppy has?
How many?
8.
Nice.
You know how many Kyle has?
How many?
9.
Luckily for me, professional bowlers don't get much attention, and so any attention they do get, it's, they'll jump on it. So I created a fake youth bowling thing called Bowling and Scoling for Minnesota bowling for kids. And you can see I wrote Kyle Troup an email asking if he would do an interview. And basically I was just going to try to get tips for how to beat everybody. But then we did the interview, and he just mostly talked about how much he loved his wife and kids and bowling. And he gave me very little tangible advice I could take with me to the bowling alley. So I basically created a whole fake youth organization for no reason. And as we walked over to the bowling alley, I realized this, and I realized that likely I would have no edge, especially over Julia. I wasn't feeling extremely confident as we walked over to the gutter, which really had stellar reviews on DuckDuckGo, so I was stoked on that. And once we got to the bar, it very much lived up to the reviews. It was quite charming. They're playing nice music. We got about a round of pool in, and on top of all that, they were showing on like all these CRTs around the place the 1947 classic Black Narcissus. And I was feeling pretty charmed, and I was thinking like, maybe this will be a friendly thing. But then Julia's fiance Matt showed up, and it turns out he bowled a lot in college, and the competition was back on, and we were going to do a classic boys versus girls situation and do like a boys versus girls bowl off. And so we went and we hit the pine. It was then, as I looked down and laced up my bowling shoes, that I did remember one piece of advice.
Because we're friends, but we know whenever we have our bowling shoes on, we're out to eat.
There I realized that the bowling alley is no place for friendship. When we're on the pine, we're out to eat. So through 10 frames, we added up the scores, and it turns out it was a tie. So we decided we would set up a 7-10 split and have Sundari bowl, and if she knocked both pin downs, they win. If she misses, they lose, and if she hits one, it's a tie. So it ended in a tie, and I angrily walked home, and it wasn't until I came across George Clooney and some dork and looked down at my shoes that I remembered what Kyle had said.
Win, and it's kind of like a goal of mine to try and like make more friends. They're all.
Walking home, I realized that I should have been, trying to make friends, and I'm never going to put another pair of bowling shoes on again.